Courtney Ryan Crouse. He is back as the director. And Courtney, you brought somebody along with you.
I brought two people, yes. This is Hawkin Packwood, who's playing our Nathan Detroit. And we have another young lady that I think will be with us in just a few seconds.
All right, very good. All right, well, let's get started with you. How'd you end up with the Clinton Area Showboat Theater?
Well, I go to school at Western Michigan University for a BFA in musical theater, and Courtney comes to do auditions every winter in our spring semester to just audition for kind of the summer season for summer stocks, and came down this past semester, and I auditioned, and I'm here.
Oh, congratulations. Talk a little bit about your interest in theater. When did that first come about for you?
Oh, sure. Wow. Well, I started back when I was in kindergarten, and what really sparked the interest was, oddly enough, SpongeBob. I was watching SpongeBob, and I was like, wow, I want to do whatever that is. And my mom took me to a local community theater, and I auditioned for Seussical, and I started Seussical, and it kind of just went from there.
So how long have you been up at school in Western Michigan?
3 years and going into my senior year now.
Okay. So once you graduate, what are you hoping for?
The hope would be to go to some kind of city like Chicago or New York and then just kind of start the journey as an artist in a big city.
So opening night tonight, rehearsals are probably all wrapped up.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the show is awesome. It is ready to go. We had a killer couple runs yesterday, and it went real smooth, no stops, and I think the audience is really gonna love it.
Have you done summer theater before?
No, this is my first actual big professional contract and summer kind of experience.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be in the other productions then as well?
Yeah, I will be in Seussical and Bonnie and Clyde this summer.
So kind of a Seussical coming back around again.
I know, right? I know. It's actually going to be my 5th time doing Seussical. So, very experienced there.
That is good. Talk a little bit about the role that you'll be playing in Guys and Dolls.
Sure, yeah. I play a character named Nathan Detroit. He's kind of this guy in New York who runs this kind of gambling circle called the Crap Game. They play craps. And he's been running this kind of gambling system ever since he was a juvenile delinquent. That is a line in the show. And he is this gangster that everybody looks up to, and the kind of the head honcho of this kind of group of people in New York. And he kind of organizes the whole game. And he also just lives a life of balancing gambling and also with his partner Adelaide. And trying to, a normal life and kind of underground life, keeping the heat off of him from the cops.
So what have you really liked about this particular role?
Probably the freedom to kind of just have fun. Because with Nathan, he's very wild and always just kind of going. His mind's constantly racing. So just the ability to kind of just play with whatever you have going on with the situations that you're kind of dropped into, and just seeing what kind of fun you can make out of that. Because there's never really a down moment for Nathan. He always has to pick himself back up because a lot of people are counting on him.
And a final question: have you, I would imagine, have seen Guys and Dolls?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So any perceived conception of what your role should be like?
I think honestly it should just be kind of a role that the audience, can rely on to kind of keep them in it. I think he's constantly engaging with the audience, and so I think it's just important to kind of, hold the audience in your hand and kind of guide them along in the journey.
All right, very good. Let's move on to our next actor, and your name, please?
Peyton Houston.
And the role you'll be playing?
I am Miss Adelaide.
Okay, so how did you come about being at the Clinton Area Showboat Theater?
Yeah, so Courtney initially came to my school and held auditions, and, I went in, I did my monologue very, very Adelaide, because I knew that is who I wanted to play, and from there, I got a call back, and then here I am. I had auditioned for I think prior 2 years, and things didn't work out, but I'm very, very happy to be here this summer.
You bring up something very interesting.
Yeah.
You just got to try, and try again, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's, some things, you just got to kind of wait until they fall into piece, and, casting is it's honestly, you're the least thought of person. They just have to make sure you fit with every show they're doing versus one singular project, so I'm very happy that this was the season where I was able to do so.
So where are you from and where are you going to school?
Yeah, so I'm from Orlando, Florida, but I just recently graduated from Slippery Rock University, which is a school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
How'd you find out about that school?
Yeah, so I listened to a lot of podcasts when I was going through the college audition process and just like listening to like what heads of programs had to say, and I really, really connected with the person who was the head of my program. So I auditioned, and then I pre-screened rather, and then I went for my in-person audition, and I absolutely love the head of my program. His name's Aaron, and my voice teacher as well. So I kind of, from that audition, I was like, yeah, this is where I want to go.
So when did you first get interested in theater?
Yeah, so I think I was really young. I was about like 7. And I would do like theater every summer, but it wasn't something that was super serious for me until I got to about like late middle school. And then I was like, yeah, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I love it.
Was there a lot of opportunity for you in Orlando, Florida?
Oh my goodness, yes. Orlando is surprisingly a pretty big theater community. We've got lots of professional theater companies, and then with theme park work, it's kind of like a built-in, you know what I mean? Like everybody kind of goes, works their theme park job in the day doing some sort of character performer, and then like works at a professional theater at night with rehearsals and stuff like that. So that's kind of how it flows in Orlando, but it's a really great theater scene, especially for how big the city is.
So what is the rest of the summer look like for you?
Yeah, so after Guys and Dolls, I will be in Seussical, and then I'll be in Bonnie and Clyde, and then after that, I will be going back to Florida.
Back to Florida and hopefully work.
Yep. Oh, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
All right, very good. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Courtney, let's wrap up things with you. Slide on over here, young man.
Yeah, no problem.
Pleasure to meet you. I know Dave Vickers normally does all these interviews.
That's right. This is our first date.
Yes, it is.
That's
exactly.
right.
You look pretty good.
You do too. You're doing really well. I think
right.
we'll have a second.
All right, very good. Well, we'll see.
All right.
Dave's in Dublin, Ireland right now.
All right.
Drinking Guinness.
All right. Of course he is.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I did find out a little bit about you.
Oh, no.
Okoboji. Talk a little bit about your experience. I was reading a travel book about Iowa, and they were talking about the theater in Okoboji, and your name came up.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I went to college at a conservatory in Missouri, a wonderful school called the Conservatory for the Performing Arts at Stevens College, and they own a summer theater. Which I know some of you are familiar with, the Lake Okoboji Summer Theater that's been running for, oh my goodness, almost 70 years now, maybe a little longer, out of an old plane hangar. They turned it into a theater. And if you go to my school, that's one of the benefits is you spend a few of your summers going to Okoboji and you act in the shows. Okoboji's a lot like The Boat, except it's like on adrenaline. They do now they only do 6 or 7 shows. We used to do 9 shows in 10 weeks, and you had to not only act in the shows, you had to build the sets, you had to be the stage manager, you had to do that. So it gives you a lot of experience. So I spent a lot of time there as a student, and then I've spent quite a bit of time going back there as an adult, going back to do shows and direct shows. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. Have to highly recommend Okoboji, and shout out to my good friends Mike and Ruth Ann.
So what brings you back to the Clinton area Showboat Theater, Courtney?
I love it here in Clinton. They asked me to be the artistic director in 2024. After I did a few shows here, I was very, very blessed to get the opportunity to do 2 shows in a row. And I just really enjoy the people. I really enjoy summer theater. And my favorite thing is getting to go around and meet these wonderful people and say, wow, they're going to be somewhere someday, and I love that we gave them their first. Hawkin will be somewhere in 5 years, 6 years, in a movie or in a Broadway play, and we'll say, wow, we gave Hawkin his first, professional contract, and that makes me feel good. I really like that.
You, of course, get the talent together for what's going to be here in the summer. How difficult of a task is that? And I would imagine sometimes it plays into what the various plays are, if they're going to fit a role or not.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I picked the shows first, and obviously I don't really have an idea of who's going to be in them. Every now and then, because we'll have someone we really like here, so I might be like, oh, so and so might be good for that. But no, it's kind of a house of cards, like Peyton was talking about. We go around, and I go to a whole bunch of schools, myself and our associate producer Ryan Scoble, and we try and put together this house of cards, because you might have a whole bunch of people that are talented, but are they a good person? Do I think they're a good person? That's a big part of the job. Is do I think they'll fit in Clinton, Iowa? Do I think they'll be a good leader? be a good, member of our little community here. So yeah, you go and I see probably a few thousand people between the in person and the online, and the real ones really stand out. My mentor always used to say, "The cream will always rise to the top, Courtney," and it always does. It always does. So.
Talk a little bit about the upcoming season. Of course, Guys and Dolls, everybody should be familiar with that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's wonderful. I can't say enough good things about not only the show, but our company. They're incredible. If you haven't seen the show, if you have seen the show, it's just wonderful. Please get your family in to see it. We've got some tickets left for opening night tonight. We do Saturday matinees now. This is huge. Saturdays at 2 o'clock, we have added performances rather than Friday night, because we know Friday night in Clinton, there's always so much going on, and we can't get people into the boat. So we're going to get people in there on Saturday afternoons. After Guys and Dolls, we have Seussical the Musical, as we've talked a little bit about. The story of Horton the Elephant and the Who's and some other Dr. Seussian characters. That's going to be led up by Ryan Scoble. Many people know Ryan, our associate producer, who's in a lot of our shows. And then after that, we're going to do Bonnie and Clyde, which is, of course, a classic American tale. Bonnie and Clyde was written by Frank Wildhorn, if anyone knows Jekyll and Hyde. They did that at Timberlake a few years back. A wonderful music called The Civil War. And another wonderful musical called Dracula. I don't know if it's wonderful, but the music is pretty good. So that's going to be great. And then after that, we are closing with the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is fun for the whole family. Yeah, everyone. I'm so glad everyone knows it. I have to say that when I picked that one, I was like, oh, this is going to be the one that maybe I'm going to have to. So I'm really glad. We did it many, many years ago. It was a big hit.
Yeah.
Glad to bring it back.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Good.
People will enjoy it. There's no doubt about that.
Good.
Of course, you pick together the resident, but you also get locals involved, right, Courtney?
That's right. Yes, we do. We have local auditions here. I think I usually come up the last weekend in January, and we audition both young actors and adults. And yes, we have some local people in this show that I just think are wonderful. Jenny Wynn. Some of you may have seen Jenny Wynn in past Showboat productions like The Bridges of Madison County. Jenny was in that. And Andrew Kita. Many people know Andrew Kita. Yes, Comanche City Councilman. Yeah, that's right. My buddy Andrew Kita. So it's great to get the community involved.
Okay, so Guys and Dolls opening night tonight.
That's right.
Any tickets available?
There are some tickets available, and I know people like to walk up, and you can do it. You can do it tonight. Not every night, but there are some tickets, so come on in.
Thank you so much for coming in. Really do appreciate it. Best of luck to you two this summer, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All righty, and again, we'll have Dave Vickers in this chair next time for you, Courtney. How's that
All right.
sound? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I'll send you our